everybody! Today we are talking about books that are on my wish list that are about nature. So if you have read these books before, let me know if they are good or not, because obviously I only want to purchase books if I know I'm going to like them. Let's just get into it. First of all, Trees and Shrubs of North America, the Pocket Guide. I'm not really intrigued by plants, but when I'm walking around the forest, sometimes it's good to know what trees and shrubs you are surrounded by. It's just really good information to have. It's educational, so yeah. But I would like to read Plants That Kill, because it's not just, I think, trees and shrubs, it's also I think flowers as well as other plants, and that's really, really important to know, because some plants could literally blind you in case you had no clue. There's a few plants that could cause blindness, and I had no clue, because I used to literally, pick them, flowers, and then I found out years later they're actually really bad for you, and I was like, oh, great, I'm so glad that I was touching that. Are you kidding me? Speaking of flowers, Wildflowers of North America, the Pocket Guide. I tend to see a lot of pretty flowers, and whenever I see flowers, the only flowers I could think of are sunflowers, roses, take a shot every time I say flower, but also I guess dandelions. I really don't know the names of many flowers, so it's so annoying, because it's I would love to know more about flowers so I could actually I guess identify them better. But since we're on the topic of plant life, the tree book looks like a really good book to read. So this is The Story, Science, and History of Trees. I think it might also include mythology, but I don't really know. It just looks really fascinating because people I think forget that trees are breathing, they're living creatures, They just get energy differently from us. Which, let me just debunk this right here. I saw somebody one time say how if trees have feelings and they kind of breathe and they are living creatures, then why do we eat plants instead of animals or whatever? People were trying to say how vegans should eat animals to save the plants, and I'm bro, if you wanted to save plants, then you wouldn't eat animals, because cows will eat way more plants than you ever will. You know what I mean? So, think of it that way. You are saving plants by consuming plants, even though it's, really ironic. But, yeah, just big brain energy right here. I guess this goes into nature books. Backyard Guide to the Night Sky. I mean, it's, natural, I only know, one star constellation, which is, the Big Dipper. I know what the Milky Way is. I don't know all of the planets, but it would be cool to learn about them, I can't really see the stars that well, because if you're in a city, you don't see many stars. But when you go into the forest, you could see all the stars. So this would be really fun to have this book if I ever go into the forest to go stargazing, Amazing. Would love to know more about the stars. But anyway, there is this natural history type of series, and it's called Welcome to the Museum. So it's animal books, history books, plant books. They are kind of expensive, however, they are really cool looking. They have 5-star reviews. They're really illustrated, really, really detailed. I think I might want to get some of them. But anyway, moving on to human history, there's this book called Ancestors, the prehistory of Britain 7 burials. I just think it's really intriguing, because even after people die, they're still here. Your skeleton doesn't go anywhere, really. Archaeologists are always digging up new skeletons. Forensic scientists know so much about our ancestors, and anthropologists and all that. It's just so amazing, what we could get from the bones of our ancestors. It's just so intriguing. There's also this book called All That Remains. It's basically about death, mortality, and solving crimes, and that's obviously really, really important. It's Crime Read's best true crime book of the month, and that sounds amazing. I don't really watch many true crime documentaries or really any of that. I tend to avoid that because it gives me paranoia, but it would be really cool to learn about forensic science. Also, this book called Kindred, it's about Neanderthal life, love, death, and art. I just think learning about our ancestors is really, really fun. And also learning about skeletons and forensic science is also really interesting. Like, for example, this book, Written in Bone, Hidden Stories and What We Leave Behind. Like, there's so much, like, information that forensic scientists and anthropologists, whatever, archaeologists even, like, they get so much info just out of our bones. That is so, so cool. There is this other book called Buried, an alternative history of the first millennium in Britain. But yeah, moving on. Forensics, what bugs, burns, prints, DNA, and more tell us about crime. I know a lot of it is sad. Like, I hate reading about death that is involved with crime, because that is obviously very, very sad. It's very scary, you know? However, learning about, like, natural death, you know, like, the Neanderthals, like, naturally died, or, like, people died from old age. It's just crazy how we have a life cycle. The life cycle of being born, then growing up, then dying. It's just, like, yeah, I read some stories that regard stuff like that, and it's, like, so poetic. Like, for example, a while back ago, I was listening to music, and Melanie Martinez has a song called, I think, Death, and I listen to that sometimes, and I'm like, it's so crazy, because the song mentions, like, reincarnation, and it's just crazy how, like, if you believe in that, we never truly leave. It's just insane, because, like, if we reincarnate, then we always return back to Earth, but even if we don't, like, we're still somehow on Earth forever, you know, because forensic scientists, archaeologists, anthropologists, like, our skeletons leave so much info behind from us. Like, we never truly leave. It's just crazy how we leave, like, a mark on society. Like, it's just so, like, fascinating to me. Like, I sound so annoying right now, but, like, I think it's crazy. But moving on, I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs so much. I really, really stand them. I went to a museum, I think it was last year and the year before that as well, and I finally got to see dinosaurs, like a dinosaur skeleton, for the first time, and I was shocked. I got to see so many skeletons. It was amazing. I only have a few dinosaur books. I have, like, quite a few of them, but, like, you know, I want more. And this book called Dinosaurs and Prehistoric Life, The Definitive Visual Guide to Prehistoric Animals, I want this book. It is expensive, but it is so, so cool. I think I saw it in stores the one time. It's, like, really illustrated. It's really, really nice. I love it. Yeah. Also, the Princeton Guide to Dinosaurs. Would love to read it. Also, I think I want Charles Darwin, The Origin of Species. I'm pretty sure a lot of it has been, like, debunked, or the information has been more evolved, because obviously science, we learn new things every day, every year. However, this book is so iconic because it, like, built the path for evolution and learning about evolution. It's just really classic, and I would love to have it. I also think I would like to read Your Inner Fish. It's a journey into the 3.5 billion year history of the human body, because in case you didn't know, we were prehistoric apes at some time. We were monkeys at some point. I think we also were even, I think, squirrel related at some point too. But at the beginning of time, we were, like, fish-like, you know? And even to this day, we still share similarities with fish. And I think that's so, so cool how we literally went from being a fish to becoming a person. That's crazy. Like, I don't know how nobody else is, like, shaking and, like, screaming over this info. Like, it's so, so cool. This is amazing. Speaking of evolution, Vertebrae Evolution, From Origins to Dinosaurs and Beyond. This book is $70, but it is, like, so great. It literally goes from, like, beginning of time all the way to, like, I think current day. So it really does explain the evolution of every single species and, like, how everybody evolved over time, you know? Like, yeah, because humans are animals, and yeah, it's just fascinating. Like, dinosaurs, birds, primates, canines. So, so cool. I also would like the biology book. I don't know if I really need it, but I think I might like it in my collection. Other Lands, A Journey Through Earth's Extinct Worlds. I think I might enjoy this book. Don't know. Let me know if it's good or not. Would also like to check out Field Guide to Mesozoic Birds and Other Winged Dinosaurs. But I don't know if this is amazing or if this one is more amazing. Feather Dinosaurs, The Origin of Birds. I think this is mainly a picture book though. Not really sure. Let me know. But because I had no clue where else to put these books, I do have a few cryptozoology books on my list. I don't think it really counts as nature, but a lot of wildlife was originally a cryptid before it got added to like the list of species. For example, the okapi, I think also the panda bear, as well as a few different bird species. You know, like some things are just considered not real until they're found and captured and we have proof of it. So I saw this book one time at Barnes & Noble. I read like a few paragraphs and I was like, I am so intrigued. So I think I would like to read this book. As well as I Know What I Saw, Modern Day Encounters with Monsters of New Urban Legend and Ancient Lore, and Monsters Among Us. So that is pretty much it. Let me know what you think of these books. I will see you guys next week. Bye!